Welcome, ladies and gents, to another BTNeanderthal video. Today is day 5 of the Project Diablo 2 Season 2 Beta Transcendence, and today we actually tested the new maps. We didn't get a chance to test them the other day because we did basically only D-Clone. Today we tried Diablo Clone, we tried the Necromancer Dark Pact, we tried the traps and rebalances. We even retried some of the Necromancer summoning stuff with like the facet change on fire golems, and we'll be covering all of that. So first of all, let's talk about the maps because that was like the first thing that we covered. My opinion is the new maps are really good, and I'm really excited for them in the upcoming season. There's apparently more coming on the way too, so that's exciting. But we have, I'll talk about them briefly. So we have like Trojan Jungle. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I call it the Trojan Jungle. And basically it's like Flared Jungle with like different monsters and stuff. And you run alongside the river the whole time, and it's kind of like a big circuit. And then there's a boss on an offside area. So I actually really like that map. It seemed to be really good for the traps in, so I really like that one. Then there's Throne of Insanity, which I think is everybody's most popular map. It's like a World Stone looking map. It's clean, I'll put it that way. And the boss room looks absolutely insane. I absolutely love the way the boss room looks. So really liking the way that that map looks. I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a tier 3 map. And also the jungle map is a tier 2 map, I believe. These things can change. Blood Moon, okay, that's what it's currently called. There is a map, a cow map, that looks like you're in Act 1 town. You know, you're going through like Act 1, like early Act 1, that's kind of the theme. Where you kind of come across like some Bloodraven areas, some like Tristram areas, you know, Act 1 town, you know, stuff like that. It's really kind of cool. But yeah, that's a cow map. Have a cow map now, so that's exciting. Ariat Battlefield. This one, I believe, is currently at tier 3. I think it's being moved to tier 2. It reminds me of like, you know, Bloody Foothills, Ariat Plateau, you know, Frigid Highlands, something along those lines. And that one, I'd say, is probably like a teleport friendly map. There's some things you kind of get like stuck on here and there. Just think about it like walking to Eldritch, you know, or the Frigid Highlands waypoint from starting the game. It's kind of similar like that. There's a little bit more, it's a little cleaner than that, but overall, I do like the map. The theme is pretty sick, and the boss area also looks kind of cool. I thought it looked like Oak from PoE, but it's kind of cool. Next one we got is Ancestral Trial, and this one's basically, this one's tier 3, and it's like Frozen River. It's kind of cool. The mobs seem pretty easy on it so far. I'm sure at some point we'll have like, you know, what all the immunities are, the fire immunities, all the different immunities for each map written down somewhere. Right now I don't have that, but there's a bunch of weak mobs on that map, and it's kind of fun. I do actually like that map. But think of it as Frozen River, like trying to go to Anya. Sewers of Hardagoth. That's basically like Act 3 sewers, but expanded and like a lot easier to run through. I think it's a cool map, but think of it as Act 3 sewers. It's also very large, and that's something I will also mention about these new maps, is all of these maps are actually massive right now. Hopefully we'll see a small, like, decrease in size. I think they're a little too big in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it would be cool to see them smaller. Cathedral of Light is another map, a tier 3 map. This one, I'm probably gonna put as a thumbnail. The boss room, it looks so cool. Like, you start off the map and you're like out in the Tomo Highlands type of thing. You go and you see like the cathedral walls. You walk into the, you know, the cathedral, and it's like outer cloister, and then you go into, you know, these different areas. And it reminds me of the cathedral on the inner cloister. It's a sick map. I really like this map a lot. Onto Diablo Clone changes. So Diablo Clone now has, so I know I mentioned last time that Diablo Clone was a lot harder. They went and balanced it out a little bit better now. He's now invulnerable when he does his Nova, like his cold/fire Nova. He also increased resistances for Diablo Clone from 25% to 30%. Reduced Diablo's health by 6%. Can now be leashed at roughly 10% as well. And he also does more damage with his melee attacks. But the best thing I'd say about all the changes is now he's idle more, meaning he has more time of doing nothing, which means you get more opportunities to go and attack him. Because something that was an issue in the last video is he would just go non-stop. And just like, you had really hard time finding an open window to deal damage. So it ended up being a super long fight. Right now, I feel like it's really hard, which I think is good. But it feels, you know, possible. It's definitely easier just to be able to, it's definitely faster, but it's I like it. So I think it's in a good spot right now. Necromancer and Trapsin. First we tried the Trapsin fire traps, and fire traps are fine, and Death Sentry probably needs a little bit of a nerf. It's pretty strong, whether it's range or damage, whatever. But it's like, it's pretty strong still, so you don't really have anything to worry about that. Even after the double nerf on Wake of Fire, it's still really good. As far as lightning traps, we just did that, and it was looking okay. Like, I wouldn't say it's like the fastest build, but you can do it. Lightning traps with the buff, I wouldn't mind seeing it get buffed again, but it's a lot better than last time. You can see a difference, so that's good. Necromancer Dark Pact. So I think Dark Pact is actually a really good skill now. It might even be the best DPS skill for the Necromancer right now. It's hard to say, you know, competing with Bone Spear, it's a very different playstyle. It's mechanically demanding. But and it's not really good at clearing full areas. It's good at like clearing a massive amount of monsters, but not the full area, you know. I actually do like the place that Dark Pact's in, but I feel like, I don't know. I actually don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's strong at sometimes and it's weak in others. It'll take a lot of practice. It has a very high skill cap with it to understand. Not only mechanically it has a skill cap, but it also has a very high skill cap as far as knowledge and knowing when to use what. So that's the thing about Dark Pact. It looks good though. I think it's in a good place. Also, I did forget to mention the Fire Golem, and Fire Golem is looking a lot stronger with the facet changes. Yes, he did nerf facets, but the first time I went and tested Fire Golem, I forgot that facets now affect pets. So this time I actually tested it out, and Fire Golem is looking a lot better now. Anyways, that's kind of all we covered today. We'll see what tomorrow holds for us, and much love everybody. You guys are beasts.